Hello and welcome to my video. Today I'm excited to showcase the animal shelter management system that I developed using Microsoft Power Apps. It all started with three seemingly separate tables, a Power Platform, and a vision for making connections. This system is designed to streamline the management of animals in a shelter, from rescue to foster and adoption. This solution leverages Dataverse as the database to manage shelter operations within a model-driven app. It also includes a Canvas app for foster families to explore animals available for fostering. Additionally, it integrates Power Automate to send dynamic emails to foster families about their foster information and pick updates. Lastly, a Power BI dashboard, which provides insight for the social media team to best market and share our work, observe trends, and track news. Let's dive into the key features and functionalities that meet the requirements provided. Behind the scenes, our system leverages Dataverse tables to store and manage all data. Let's take a quick tour of these tables. Here in our solution, we can see that we have created our Dataverse tables and then imported our Excel sheets and filled our Dataverse tables. Here's our shelters table, here's our foster families table, and here's our animals table. One column I'd like to highlight is our current location column in the animals table. Here we used a PowerFX formula to determine the animal's current location. Now let's move on to our applications. Here in our solution, under apps, we can see that we have a Canvas app and a model-driven app. Let's start with the model-driven app. Here is our model-driven app. The model-driven app contains a custom page that allows shelter managers to get a quick view of all the animals we have available and all the animals that are ready for foster. They can also filter here by the different foster locations to see which animal is in shelter, which animal is ready for foster. What's nice about this is it gives them a heads up about where they're at in their current process. When we go here to the animals table, it allows us to view a list of all the animals, their names, their type, their shelter status, etc. We're also able to sort and filter by different types. So we can filter by types here, by shelter status, and by shelter name. Additionally, we have created different views. Right now, we're currently looking at all the animals that the shelter company has ever rescued, a total of 53. We can also have a different view by all the animals that are available. And we can also view a list of all the animals that have been claimed for foster. Now let's go back to the default view. Here we can let's take a look at any animal. Let's take Bella, for example. Here we can see additional animal details. We can see Bella, her picture, her type, etc. We also have a quick view here that we know what her shelter status is, adopted, which means she's currently not in any of our shelter locations. Here we can see which initial shelter she was brought in, that shelter's name. We also have different tabs here to view more information. So here is the shelter details. We can also see foster details, who fostered Bella. Additionally, we can look at any information about adoption if the animal has been adopted. If you want to inquire more about the foster claimer that has fostered Bella, you can click here, and that too will take you to the foster families table where you can view additional information and any animals that this foster family has been related with. Now let's do a quick demo and add an animal into our shelter. So we just rescued Tofu, who's a parrot. So here, under type, we'll do parrot. Tofu's birthday was in 2023, January 1st. Tofu's a female. Tofu's initial shelter is shelter 2. And let's just hit save so we can upload Tofu's image. Oh, see, this is great. Here it tells us that we need to provide a shelter status, which is in shelter. We'll hit save. When an animal is initially brought in, we know that they have not passed their medical exam, so this is no. So here, let's upload a photo of Tofu. Here she is. Brought in Tofu's photo. When we hit save, that becomes Tofu's primary photo. All right, now here, one amazing thing that we've created is the ability to first make sure that the animal does not have any upcoming vet dates once they're brought into our shelter. So I can pass Tofu's medical exam, and if we hit yes here, it automatically updates Tofu's shelter status to ready for foster. This is all for our model-driven app. Now let's move to our Canvas app. Here's our Canvas app. This Canvas app is intended for foster families who want to view a list of all the animals that are available to foster and enter in their information. So here, when they get in, here the foster families are able to view all. They know that we have 10 animals available. We want to make foster families excited about our upcoming dogs. So here we let them know how many dogs we've rescued thus far and how many animals are currently available for foster. If you remember, on our model-driven app, we have Tofu here that we've added. She's been ready for foster. So here we can see her on the foster family end. We're also able to filter by the location or view all the animals available. So let's go ahead and foster Tofu. So you just click on Tofu's name. When you click on Tofu's name, here it takes you to the form to fill out. We can see that Tofu's a parrot. She's 1. She doesn't have any medical conditions. And foster claimer name. We have created auto numbering system, so nobody has to enter in the foster claimer ID. So we can do Beyonce Knowles. Her foster location, she lives in 1, 2, 3, 4. All the single ladies. The join date is automatically filled for today's date, and Tofu's shelter is here. All we have to do is hit claim for foster. Once this has happened, we get record is successful. We no longer see Tofu's name as available for foster. Once the foster family has submitted and claimed an animal, they should receive an email. Here we get our email. It says, congratulations, Beyonce. Here's additional information, animal details. Here we've also have it dynamically calculate and do 5 days from the current date. So that would be July 27. However, if it's on a Wednesday, it does one additional, we'll take the next day. So here's the pickup location, address, business hours, what to prepare next, important reminders, etc. Here's a quick look at the flow that we created that sends these automated emails. Now let's move to the final part, which is our Power BI. Here's our Power BI portion. Under our services, we can take a look at all the latest news and trends. Before we do that though, we do need to update our data, refresh our data so we have the latest news, and refresh. All right, so here we can filter by year, we can filter by month, we can filter by shelter name. This page provides for additional filters if needed. Secondly, we can look at the latest news. Here is the latest news of our available animals. We have 9 total animals rescued, and we have 5 total animals ready to be fostered. One cool component about this is you can click the link here and it takes you straight to that Animals Model Driven app where you can view additional information. And for example, let's say the social media team wants to enter the Animals Forever family story, they can enter it here and save it so that everything is kept in one place. Let's go back to our Power BI. So this is our latest news. Let's go to trends. When we go to trends here, we can see the shelter view. We know that 54 total animals have been rescued, 39 total animals have been fostered. The most rescued animal is a dog and the most fostered animal is a cat. Here we get another breakdown visually through bar charts, and it also gives you quantities of each animal. Here we can also sort this and filter this entire page by shelter. So it filters everything else accordingly. And you can also filter here by shelter name, by status, and everything else also filters accordingly. Here we also have a total animal rescue and percent change year on year for additional information. One other feature included is the ability to drill through. So for example, let's say we want to drill through this shelter specific details, and it takes us to our details page. Here is the drill through of the companion critter retreat. We can see the total animals rescued. We can also get a little bit more insight about the average days that it takes an animal to go from shelter to foster and their medical conditions, treatments of each of these animals. This is my Power BI report. Thank you so much for joining me and for watching my solution. Have a wonderful day.